Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and we got the second Final Four game of the night, and UCLA Gonzaga. And you guys, all I'm gonna say is if you did not watch this game, you missed out. I'm sorry, but you missed out on arguably the greatest game of all, maybe of all time, greatest college basketball game. One of the greatest college basketball games of all time. This game was absolutely insane. Just unbelievable from start to finish. Just both teams played their hearts out, and it was just a battle between the favorite. It was like a kind of like a David versus Goliath situation. And it was just insane. Joel Ayayi, the guy that just hit that three, he was hitting shots like crazy in this game. He just didn't miss. He had 22 points, 9 for 12 from the field on the game, and he just knocked down a bunch of shots. I mentioned Gonzaga and how they're just so tough to guard. I mentioned them in one of my past reaction videos. They just move the ball ridiculously well, and everyone can shoot the ball. And so that just opens up the floor for everyone to attack the basket and run a lot of drive and kick offense. And they also do a really good job at cutting to the basket for easy layups and stuff like that. So it's tough. And then UCLA, can we just give UCLA some respect? They deserve so much respect after what they've shown throughout the tournament. I mean, I feel like they gained a whole lot of respect after beating Michigan. That game was insane. But they gave Gonzaga one heck of a game. They gave them one heck of a challenge. Pushed them into overtime. Spoiler alert. Pushed them into overtime in this game, and it was just an unbelievable game, and you had to see it to believe it. You had to witness the game in order to really understand just how crazy this game was, because it was just unbelievable watching it. Johnny Chusang for UCLA played out of his mind. He played incredibly well throughout the tournament. He's just a walking bucket, you guys. Excuse me. Where do you guys think he's gonna go in the draft? Because at this point he could be a lottery pick, honestly. He's just got that gift for scoring the ball. He's just got a gift for putting the ball in the basket. And that's just something that some guys have, and Johnny Chusang is one of those guys that just gets you a bucket. Gonzaga had no answer for him. In the first half, UCLA kept getting him the ball, and Gonzaga put different guys on Chusang to try guarding him, but they just had no answer for him. Absolutely no answer for Johnny Chusang. He's 6'7", and he will just shoot over whoever's guarding you. Like, literally. It's almost like, it's similar to like a Kevin Durant situation where like Kevin Durant is so much taller than the majority of the players that are guarding him that he's able to literally just shoot over them. And that's what Chusang did in this game. Jules Bernard as well. Jules Bernard was I think it was in foul trouble for pretty much the whole game, but after the game, head coach Mick Cronin was saying like he was so proud of the guys and all that stuff, and he mentioned that like Jules Bernard was literally throwing up after games and stuff like that. And I think he also mentioned practices too. Just the amount of the amount of dedication and time and energy that is put into competing for a championship, you got to give every team in the tournament really a lot of respect for that, because they sacrificed a lot to be in the tournament with everything going on and being in their own bubble and not really being able to go anywhere. Like, so there's one guy on UCLA. His name is Jalen Clark, and he actually has a YouTube channel. I watch his videos, and he takes everyone through what it's like being in the tournament, and taking everyone through what it's like being in the bubble for March Madness. And he mentioned that like they couldn't go anywhere for like a long period of time. There was just nothing to do there, nowhere to go. And so just, credit to everyone who made it as far as they did, and just the sacrifices that they made in order to just to be there, because all these players and coaches sacrificed a lot to play in this tournament. The NCAA did a lot to in order for the tournament to happen, and so credit to everyone involved, because it definitely took a lot of work. Tough. One of my favorite one guy that is starting to become one of my favorite players to watch in college basketball. Nice shot from Cody Riley. Cody Riley was hitting shots, but one guy that I don't know. I just kind of like him. Tiger Campbell. He's a 5'11" guard from Iowa. I think Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I think that's where he's from. But he went to La Lumiere High School, if you know where that is. He went to La Lumiere High School, which is a top 25 high school basketball program in the country. And again, 5'11" guard, and he's a playmaker. He's not a great 3-point shooter. He was 1 for 3 in this game, and I think he shoots like 25-26% from 3 overall, which isn't good, but he's just a playmaker, and he just makes a bunch of great passes and is a real leader on the team. He's one of the leaders for this UCLA squad. So credit to him and him and Johnny Chusang, and really the whole UCLA roster, their whole program has been able to do this season, because going from the first 4 to the final 4 is just absolutely incredible. Honestly, it was just incredible. Like, guys were just hitting shots everywhere. There were also some pretty crazy defensive plays that were made as well. Just one of the best overall games that I've watched in a long time. It's been a while. This was nasty. That was nasty. Snatch back from Andrew Nemhard. And then UCLA, so Gonzaga went up 7, and then UCLA, they just continued to fight. Credit to them. And Drew Timme was a problem throughout the whole game. One of the concerns with UCLA throughout the past few games, which for the most part they did a good job at countering this issue, I guess, was just their lack of size. Their biggest guy is Cody Riley, and he's 6'9", which in the grand scheme of things isn't that tall. When in college basketball, that's not the tallest in the world, because he's their only legitimate big man. Like, the rest of UCLA's roster consists of guys that are like 6'6", 6'7", which is still pretty tall, don't get me wrong, but they just didn't really have, they don't really have like legitimate big men get get a lot of minutes, you know. But they do have guys like Johnny Chusang who, you know, he was just scoring at will in this game. But back to what I was saying, Drew Timmy had a field day down low because no one was stopping him. UCLA had to bring, I think they tried doubling him at times, but that just meant that other guys would get open shots. Corey Kispert struggled from downtown a little bit in this game, but you still don't want to leave him open. I think he's shooting something, I think in the regular season he was shooting something crazy like 48% from three. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was shooting something like that, and that's just insane. You're just seeing constant movement from Gonzaga to get good open shots. And that was a huge shot for Gonzaga. Corey Kispert hitting that shot was big time for them to get into their rhythm. And then Johnny Chusang responded. This was just an epic battle, you guys. How do you guys feel about Jalen Suggs? People, I've heard different opinions, people having different opinions on him, and some people, not everyone, but some people saying like, oh, he's not producing as much as he should. But at the end of the day, he's playing for the best team in the country, and when you're playing for the number one team in the nation, you're gonna have to make sacrifices in order to win, and that's what he's done. And he's, in fairness to him, he's still playing really well. He's a great passer, and he can shoot the ball really well. He's just a really good player. Really, really good player. Who do you guys have as the number one pick in the draft? Cade Cunningham, Jalen Suggs, and let's not forget about Jalen Green. Jalen Green, who is in the G League right now. I think he plays for like G League Ignite. Those three guys, and Evan Mobley for USC. Those guys are all really, really good. What a cross. This was crazy. What do you guys think about that? Is that a charge or a block or a blocking foul? You guys got to let me know. So yeah, this was just pretty crazy. Went into overtime, which overtime was just insane. Drew Timmy started out getting a bucket, and Gonzaga actually got a couple buckets within the first couple minutes of the game. They got out to, I think, like a 4 or 5 point lead, and that's when I started thinking, like, this isn't looking good. UCLA might run out of steam, but UCLA, they're fighters, you guys. They have been fighters all year. They've faced adversity all season long, and this was just another game where they just went through a challenge, but they kept playing through it. They're so mentally tough. They really are. Oh my gosh. Even just watching this back, like, that was nasty. See, so now they're up 5, and you're thinking the momentum is in Gonzaga's favor because they're up 5 right here. But then Jaime Jaquez Jr. hits a big 3 to cut the lead down to 2. He gets his own rebound. Corey Kispert didn't box out right there. And then this. You guys need to go watch my live reaction to see this, because this was crazy. Just absolutely insane. This is what March Madness is about. It's about upsets and just crazy finishes like this game. This was one of the best games, one of the greatest games that I've watched. Just start to finish. It was just back and forth between the the number one team in the nation, who was the favorite, and the underdog, the ultimate underdog in UCLA, coming into this game. And it was just absolutely insane to watch. UCLA just had one heck of a run, one heck of a season, really. Again, from the first four to the final four, that is so tough to do. And credit to them for making it this far and just continuing to battle through all the challenges that they've gone through throughout the season. And Gonzaga, they're going on to play against Baylor. I am hyped for that game. That game is going to be so crazy. Between two teams that just move the ball so well, and they got a bunch of guys that can shoot it. And it's going to be really interesting. Let me know what you guys thought about this game down below in the comment section. And let me know who you got in the championship, Baylor or Gonzaga. That's going to be one crazy game for sure. Let me know who you guys got. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about the championship game. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.